Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Oh, nearly didn't make it this morning. Look at the mood lighting. I had to change my light because the other one, I don't know, the bulb gave out or something, and now I'm all sultry and glowing. But that's all right. Actually, it's probably pretty appropriate for this time of the morning. It is 7 a.m. Well, 7:07. So apologies for being a little bit late. It is what it is. Sometimes it's just hard. I've been up all night fulfilling. That's my excuse. That's the excuse I'm giving anyway. So I hope you're all doing well, whatever time it is, wherever you are out there in the world. I'm going to do some work on Fractured Mind this morning, and we can hang out, we can chat, whatever. There's a 7 a.m. now. Yeah. Apparently, I've been actually really, kind of taking it easy a little bit on the getting up early. That's all going to come to an end when I get back into the art making. So I'm enjoying myself currently. But let's say hello to everyone in the chat here. Because I put these up early because otherwise there's no way I'd get these streams up. I can barely drag myself out of bed. But last night, Creative WM Personal snuck in first and gave us a bunch of Lucent jokes. What do we call a secret society that everyone hates? The Boocent. How did Ella know that the toilet seat needed cleaning because of the horrible Lucent? We've heard that one before, CM. What do you call Australia's most popular diarrhea superhero, Kangaroo? All right, I feel like there's a theme coming there. Either way, you still get the oh no, I didn't upload it. Oh god, see, everything's moving like molasses this early in the morning. Hold on, pending. There it is, looking down upon us there. We've got Jolly Green was here, as was Jeremy Burtz. Busy Croft, says Pastmaster, and always busy, filling orders, packing books, signing books, dealing with things. Ellie's in the house. Paulus, Jav Starlet. There's Mo Biggs. All right, now we're getting up to this morning. This was only a mere hour and 10 minutes ago. We've got David Feed in the house. Oi, mates. What's up, David? Hope your campaign is doing well. And another David as well. Genuine Comics is here. We've got Mark in the house. What's up, Mark Jarro? Mo says, it takes the unique skill of Michael Bancroft to be simultaneously late and 4 hours early. I know, right? It's a rare talent. We've got Nomad Damon here. Meow, raw, growl. Welcome. Always writes woo in the chat, I've noticed. Citizen Ronan says, I've been having trouble sleeping. It's a little early, but I think this should do it. This should keep you up or this will put you to sleep. Right. That's what I was about to say. That makes more sense. We've got Professor Murph in the house. Did you get your book yet, Murph? Has anyone else received their book? I feel like a whole bunch of people are going to get their book today. I feel like that's happening. I've checked out some things. A lot of them saying they're on board for delivery. So hopefully, fingers crossed today. Murph is drawing. Good to hear. What are you drawing today, sir? Are you drawing a War Party or some another supplemental? I know you're in hot demand these days. Jaro says 7 a.m. is early. You're an hour ahead of me. Well, 7 a.m. used to not be early for me, but over the last month while I've been fulfilling and everything. Actually, it's been a couple of months now getting everything ready. I haven't been getting up as early as I used to, and now I'm just not used to it. Up before the wallabies, definitely not the birds. I can out hear them out there right now. Henry Bemis is here. He says, "Sup, Banker from the chat." Oh, Katie got hers. Showed her Lucent pack this morning on her stream in the UK. Haven't received mine yet, but we'll be checking every day. Fantastic. I have to go check that out. Mo says, my book is currently sitting in customs. So is Amanda's. And Amanda's went out ages ago. Starting to get worried for it. I know I shouldn't be. It happened last time. Actually, I think it happened to you last time, Mo. It was just sitting at Tullamarine for ages. And it wouldn't go out. But then eventually it did. Citizen Ronan will go look. It's stressful. It's tense. I mean, we're at the time where only a couple people have gotten it. Some people have shown it off, but I'm waiting for feedback on the actual contents of the book. And I know that's pretty rich of me to say, considering how long have I had this sitting next to me, and I haven't opened it yet. But I have a good excuse. There's this. What else is there? Look what Mike Barron sent me. Good ying. That's my first ever Ripperverse book that I've received. And Mike actually gave me a little... It was a bit of a quid pro quo. Clarice. He said, to Michael, best Mike. Oh. Personally signed copy. I don't know how many people have that. What else have I got sitting here that I haven't read? Jawbone Death. Frog G. There's a Fiendish 2.5 around here somewhere. There it is. Right there. Haven't read any of these. I haven't had time. Who has time in this hustle and bustle world to sit down for 20 minutes and read a comic book? So I really can't complain. But no one's given me any feedback yet. But I'll get to it. It did. I'm not worried. Just mildly annoyed. Well, now it's Amanda's turn, I think. Oh, you got Nexus. I can't wait for my Nexus. 9.9 CGC. Yeah, but how are you going to read it, Jav? I hope you got a reader's copy. Citizen Ronan didn't get his. What is this? I have to take your word for that. I'm going to call you Meow, which is a little weird to say, but shout out to the Rumble gang. We got Rumbles over there. We've got 5 lovely Rumblers. Shout out to you all. I'm going to type yo Rumble gang in the chat. There we go. Just acknowledge your presence a little bit. And what's another thing I was doing? You saw that yesterday. I'm about to add PayPal back to the store. Where is it? Where even is that? I can't even find it. Oh, it's behind. There it is. Our friend, our buddy, Mr. Shanthanjeti. I was hoping to get onto his channel yesterday. He did a little after launch stream, but they had me working super late, so I really couldn't justify it. But check it out. He's almost up to $9,000 dues in one day. I think I remember he said it took, I can't remember how long, but it took a while for him to get to 5,000 on the first campaign, and he's already smashed through that yesterday, which is pretty epic. So I think I'm gonna have to get this one. I think I'm gonna have to get a art only edition. And I think he said yesterday there's extra stuff at the back of the book, so it's a slightly different book, but that's what I want to get. I want to get the art only edition. Sean says, is it all right to promote my own indie comic launch? Go for it. In the chat, you mean? Absolutely. Have to get in touch with Chris. What you guys are talking about. We've got Edwin in the house. What's up? Mo says Nugget has finally been found and he's in the chat. All right. No, Nugget came back last night. I was walking to the kitchen and I saw him there and he was really skinny. He was like, so I gave him a double dinner and now he's happy again. He's wanting pets. So I don't know where he went. He was gone for about 2 or 3 days, but you know what cats do. They go for a wander. They probably go and hang out in someone else's house for a bit. They hedge their bets. Mark says, I know it's not comics and a couple of years back, but which do you prefer? Halzos versus Swift and Shift Couriers, both with Angry Anderson. So I'm in. I haven't actually seen them. People have constantly told me to watch those. I have not watched them yet. I've seen little clips and stuff, but I gotta go. I do have to go watch them at some point. Jeff says, also got the normal and hardcover and the Indiegogo exclusive hardcover. Oh, what's this for? Nosfera is like a feral bush pig. It sells itself. Sean says, thanks. It's called Dark Side Comics. It's live right now. Almost halfway to go on Indiegogo. I'll go check that out at some point. Thank you. Oh, look at Mo doing the Lord's work. All comments are about Nexus. I'm really looking forward to that one. Another comic for me to add to the pile that I haven't read yet. Ellie says, I can't imagine having an outside cat in the most deadliest continent in the world. Well, here's a tough cookie. All right, so yeah. Grab Nosfero, the Crypt Walker. And the reason I'm here tonight is because I do actually, even among all the crazy fulfillment stuff, I do actually remember I have to make comics. As Elon Musk said, if we don't make stuff, there's no stuff. So this is what I'm making today, is working on Fractured Mind, which is the upcoming 32-pager collaboration between Rod Looper and myself. Rod's been putting up some stuff on YouTube. I went and go checked it out. He's getting some pretty decent views. He put up a Lucent one. He got 600 views on it, which is epic. Hope he continues that. But you can join the mailing list. Put that in the chat. There. Probably pin that actually. And yeah, there'll be early bird discounts. Some of you will have received or are about to receive the ash cans with the head sketch of this book on it. I hope you enjoy them. Just a little taste, little of what's in store for this. When is it launching? Don't know. I was thinking I was going to launch it soon, but then I thought, this has been a major effing headache doing Painted Death. And I don't know. I think I might actually just push it to next year and just, not have any stress, essentially. There's so many little things you don't think about. Taxes and change of addresses. I've had so many people change their addresses, because it took so long to get Painted Death out. And, every time, and sometimes they do it on the site, it didn't take, and it's a whole thing. So, oh my God, Dave has received the package from Australia today. We'll save it for an unboxing video. Please let everything be in the package. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe even just next year, because you get to a point where it's like, because originally I was thinking October. And that could still happen, but it depends on how quickly I'm able to get through the colors. But I don't know. Also, as well, like I would like to actually, I would like to actually kind of rebuild the buzz around the channel as well through some shorts and stuff. So there's that as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure actually. Not here yet, but it's on its way. Hold up. Everything. Why is it all hold up at customs? It's comic books. Cocktober is right around the cock corner. It is indeed. Mo says Dave finally got his shipment of Vegemite when he plans to enjoy while reading the Lucent when that finally arrives. When it escapes customs. Exactly. All right. Enough of this. 15 minutes in. Enough waffle. Ellie says my Lucent package is sneaking across the border and getting its citizenship pretty soon. Well, look, that'll get in faster. You'll get first class delivery. They'll probably even pay you to receive it. All right. A new week, a new page. You actually skipped last week because I was sick. I'm still sick. It's the freaking sickness that doesn't go away. It's crazy. It's been 2 weeks. What's going on this page? Hang on. Let me close some things down here. All right. So we've got Ella. I love these insert panels that we're doing here. We're just like on the face. Rod, he draws a good eye. So there's a little bit of blast back here. I might need to do some effects on this, some coloring effects to sort of show some speed lines, maybe. I don't know. Got Ella getting ready to jump, getting ready to launch. But hang on. This guy's coming for her. And she does. I like how he does the little action thing, you know. This is like a backwards judo roll. I actually did one of these one time in judo. But we're not here to dissect it yet. So I need to. Where is it? What I need to do is start flatting. I know it's all of your favorite thing to watch. We've got Shelby in the house. Nice layout, clean style. He is a very talented artiste, our Mr. Looper. He does the Lord's work. And we've only got a handful of pages left on this to finish. He's been off doing other projects, you know. While I've been busy with Paint to Death, he's been off getting work with Neff. Who else is he working with? He's working with John Hervey on Black Dragon. Is it Black Dragon? No, that's something else. Hidden Dragon, Crouching Ninja. I can't remember the name of it. What is the name of that book? He's working with a bunch of people. He's a bit of a hot property at the moment. When does this launch? Don't know. I'm undecided, but you know, I think that it'll be better for me stress-wise and money-wise if I wait until it's done, because it's all sort of paid for and everything. All it needs to do is have colors on it and stuff. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. No, I think that's a movie. There you go. Black Tiger, Hidden Dragon. See, I got the color of the animals around the back. Jeff says customs are weird. Anyway, I think if there's something declared as art on the label, it triggers them in Germany. I paid €6 for Jake's book and only 1 for Snowman. Huh. Well, I didn't label anything as art, sending anything out, and I reduced the price on everything going to Europe because I know how crazy they are. Because I list the amount of dollars that I list on the packages to go out is what I paid usually. So that's why the puzzles are a little bit more expensive. Colton said he's got the email. His is on the way. Can't describe how excited I am for this. I waited a year, never stopped checking on updates in anticipation for it. Thank you so much, Colton. I think I remember packaging your name, but Mel and I have been sharing duties, so she might have done it. So if there's anything wrong with your package, not that it's going to be, it's her fault. I'm just joking. Bancroft, how long do I have to spam the chat before Bancroft says hello? Hello, Sumo Thori. I apologize, Sumo. I see you there. You came in around the time as Shelby, but you know. You know your judo well. R.I.P. to that guy, by the way. He quietly passed away. Everyone sent me condolences, DMs and everything. Too late. All right, let's actually get some work done. How about that? I didn't get much work done on these, but it's something. It's better than nothing. At least it's a start, you know? I'm going to go through and check all my things are anti-alias because I've been doing Photoshop work recently. I think we're all good. Yeah. And I am looking forward to putting the fulfillment behind and jumping back into the production side of things. I remember Rini talking about that when she was fulfilling, I think it was her first book. I don't remember how many she sold in her first book. And then she just shipped all of that off to RJ, I think, for the second one. If she fulfilled the second one herself, that's insanity. Because we've got, I think, we had to go through, it's 900 plus orders, but a lot of them are doubles and combined, but we have to combine them. You have to go through that process and everything. And I remember asking people, if you could, would you want like Ripper level success? And about 50% of people said yes, they would. And I feel like a large percentage of those people don't quite understand what that would mean. That would mean everything in your whole life would be completely different. And you'd have to become like a manager of some kind of a team and a warehouse and everything. Because I tell you what, this fulfillment business, it's for the birds. It feels good getting stuff out, but oh my God, it's a long, slow process. Your style is evolving, Bancroft. Well, this isn't my art, Murph. This is don't get me wrong, this is Rod Looper's art. So I wish I could draw in such a kind of energetic style. I wish, maybe one day. But I hired Rod because I needed someone who could do action and cool backgrounds and all that sort of stuff as well. And I'd seen what Rod had done on the Black Tiger book. I'd seen what he'd done on another book, the sort of set in, I think it's like the 20s or something, or the 30s. And I said, I want that. I want that on this one shot here. So Rod's been working with me for a couple of years. We've just sort of been taking it slowly, doing it, whenever we're, not doing other stuff. In Rod we trust. Exactly. I was watching the other day. What was I watching? Oh my God. What was that movie? Damn it. We saw it and I was like, oh Mel, we have to get that for a bit for Rod. There's a sign that says in Rod we trust. I can't remember what movie it is now. Oh my God. Damn it. Carol says, oh look, Mike is practicing for his cockfight. That's nice. Imagine for the cockfight, I just take art and I flat it. I don't know if people would appreciate that. Actually, I'm just going to get in here with the old brush. Sometimes that's quicker. Get the little spots out. Yeah, that's exciting, huh? The upcoming cockfight. Now, I'd originally said we're going to be doing it traditionally, but I don't know if that's 100% now, because I don't know if Camel has that set up. I was just thinking, I know people like to sort of buy the piece afterwards. As well, it gives me an excuse if it's terrible. I can say, oh yeah, I don't really normally do traditional. But you know, there's a real danger that the elapsed time period will end and I'll have half a drawing. That's a very real eventuality that could take place. Let me catch up with the chat here. This time, Bancroft has gone too far. He gatekept my Super Bogan status in order to protect Danny's feelings. They tried. They tried, Mo. There's nothing I can do. We got Gotblade in the house, a student of God. Bancroft gatekept my comment about gatekeeping. This conspiracy runs deep. Shelby says, my wife had to school her works design department in India about CMYK assets not being web friendly. It's wild out there. It's wild out there in those streets. I might have gotten another pre-press gig. I think I might have gotten one last night, which is cool. You know, I've already done that a handful of times now for Von Klaus and Adam Lawson. Might have got another one. I don't know if it's set in stone yet, but it's a mysterious part of it all. People have a lot of questions about. They don't quite understand it, but you know, sometimes the printer comes back and says, "Yeah, this isn't really print ready. I don't know what you guys have done setting up these files, but you need to fix them." And then people don't know how to fix them. They don't know what they're talking about, and that's when I swoop in. Cockfight. A colorist who does his own flats. Respect. Well, I don't know if it's respectful. I probably shouldn't, truth be told, but I do find it kind of, what's the word? Cathartic. I do enjoy it because you can't go wrong with it. There's no way to, I mean, although I have worked with flatters before who've effed stuff up, which is annoying because then you got to go in there and check their work. But I don't know. And it's one of the only things I can actually somewhat do on a stream and also somewhat engage with the chat. I'm not talking shunt levels, but somewhat. It's using a part of my brain that is not connected to the talky part. I know there's plenty of flatters out there. You could do it faster and better and cheaper and all that sort of stuff, but I got to be very mindful of the money I'm spending at the moment because they already raised the shipping prices halfway through the campaign this time round. And the reason why we're in such a mad dash at the moment is they're raising them again on the 28th. So we have to get pretty much everything out by the 28th, which we'll do. We've only got a couple of hundred packages left to do, but it's a stress that I wasn't anticipating having, and it just means I don't quite know exactly even now exactly how much the shipping bill is going to be for Painted Death. I have a ballpark figure, and I'm keeping a close eye on it as we go, and it seems to be it's actually coming in a little under budget, which is a relief. But there's always things like the change of addresses that are coming in are going to cost a little bit, but it's unavoidable. And things get sent back or whatever. Long story short is I don't know how much spare change I'm going to have to be throwing around for flatters and stuff. We got Yang in the house. Snark says shipping rates are astronomical, but at least Kamala will take on landlords gouging for the price of cookies. I was telling Mel last night about some of the things that she was suggesting, and the lunacy. Like, friggin' unrealized a tax on unrealized gains and what that would mean. And I think Mel just went to sleep. But I was outraged. Oh, Katie, there you are. You got your Lucent today. Dave was telling me you were checking it out on a stream. Can you do you have Twitter? Can you DM me? Or let me know. I'd love to check that out. Or just give me a channel name or something like that. I'd love to check that out after the stream. I could even take a break and go over and look at it if you want. And no, you don't have to. I don't want to. But that's exciting. All the way to the UK. I hope they didn't charge you some astronomical amount to get your delivery. I hate how they do that over there. Sorry about that. I mean, there's nothing I can do about those policies. Unrealized gains is the name of Stan McGee's workout video, says Mo. Ain't that the truth? I'm losing weight again, Mo. I'm on the road. I've given myself a very lofty goal of 80 kilos, which is, I thought previously unattainable, but I don't know. Shoot for the stars. It arrived while I was streaming, didn't get taxed. Excellent. Fantastic. Good to hear. Yeah, some things aren't taxed. Like I think they don't tax books, so that could be the reason, but who knows. 80 wattos? I don't speak commie gobbledygook, says Mo. I don't know. I have no idea what that is in pounds. I know I have to lose 30 pounds though, which I did before, so I think I can do it again. I just have to be disciplined. But if I get down to that weight, I'll actually be what I'm supposed to be as a normal human being, not a 2024 human being. We got Jay Dollar in the house. He says, yo, love muffins. God. Good God. Eat one time a day for 30 to 40 days. You'll be fine. That's pretty much what I do. Camel gained 30 pounds. Now he weighs 90 pounds. I think you weigh a bit more than that. Just a bit more, not terribly much. But yeah, I don't eat after about 8 o'clock, I think. Yeah, about 8 o'clock at night till midday the following day. But I feel like that's kind of, I've done that for so long now that's sort of plateaued. It's not really doing anything anymore. My body's used to that. I got to actually pay a bit more attention to what I'm eating. Because I'm not getting any younger, you know? Unfortunately. In fact, it's going in the opposite direction. I'm getting older. No one told me about that. Camel says, I float between 150 and 160. Used to be 170. I look like the penguin. During the middle of COVID lockdowns, I was at my heaviest. I was massive. I was huge. And yeah, I want to get as far away from that as possible. I was trying to interpret what Rod's lines mean. It's so much easier when you drew them. You know everything. Godblade says, you're not Joe Biden. He's in his second childhood. I remember when my cat did that. I remember when my cat got dementia and started thinking she was a kitten again, but she was so old and frail. So she would be running around, chasing her tail, doing kitten sort of stuff. And then she just kind of flop over and look all confused. It's like, hang on, what's my body? Why isn't my body keeping up with me? It was pretty cute. We found it hilarious, but to her, it was probably a living hell. J-Doll size, I only eat when Heather makes me. See, I've told Mel that. She's my number one fat shamer, but she is also, I accuse her of being the one who fattened me up in the first place. A lot of the biggest influx of weight originally came when she got pregnant. The sympathy weight. The meals started getting bigger and more frequent, and yeah, and I said, that women totally fatten up their husbands so that other women won't look at them. She doesn't agree with me. She thinks I'm making that up. But when she went to France for 7 weeks, I lost 7 kilos. So I stand by my theory. She buys snacks for the kids, and she's like, "You're not supposed to eat them, but they're in the house." Anyway, I haven't been eating them lately, and it's been doing wonders. Hammer Moon saw Alien Romulus, or as he like to call it, remember the Aliens franchise, the movie? It's everything these days. It's everything. Mo says Nugget has early onset gender dysphoria thanks to Bancroft's debowling strategy. He's a man's man now, Nugget. Ellie says, I saw a criminal forensic video of a man with dementia. Ugh. I'll pass on that one, Ellie. Mo says, you lost weight because you couldn't figure out how to feed yourself. I was living on a steady diet of peanut butter, 100% natural, smoked oysters in olive oil, and what else was I eating? It was like, I think I'd had like, some rice crackers or something like that. I don't know. But I find, when you don't have anyone to have dinner with, dinner is nothing. It's just something that you do. Whereas if you got the family here, it's a thing. It's an event. You sit around the table and you have dinner. Whereas when they're not here, it's just like, what I want to do? I'm gonna watch TV and eat a big meal. No, I'll just have a few things. There she is. She's taking the kids to school. Mel and I have been working diligently every day, packaging books, putting on labels. The bags we got that we put the books in, they're like slightly too small, which is a bit annoying. So we've had to, some of the bigger packages, the bundles and stuff, we've had to tape up, which is annoying, but can't be helped. You live and you learn. Do better next time. I should have gotten more bigger bags, but I was trying to be economic, bought 800 of the smaller ones. They're perfectly fine for just a couple of books, but when you get the two hardcovers in there, it's a whole thing. All right. Sumo says, I tried Shelby. You ain't going to see my comment. I didn't even see Shelby's comment. Hang on. I'm on top chat. That's why. I got to go on live chat. What's he saying? What comment did you make, Sumo? Shelby said you missed her arm, Bancroft. Did I? Where's her arm? I did. See, Shelby knows these things. So that must be part of her arm there as well. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very good that I'm doing this in front of you guys. Center figure of the 3, flipping the guy over. Thank you, guys. Shelby says, my glasses are the real MVP. They are indeed. All right. So how many guys we got here? I'll do you first. I'll do all these little shrapnel shards last because they're over the top. You also missed her sense of entitlement. What are you talking about, Ellie? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing people's feedback on the actual book. You know, a lot of people enjoyed the first one, even if they didn't quite get what it was all about. And I feel like this one, they get a better sense of what it's all about, even if they don't get all of the questions answered. I definitely want to keep the mystery alive throughout the whole run. But at the same time, you have to give people something. So I'm looking forward to, I don't know, just little things. And I wonder how much people are going to pick up on stuff. You know, I'd show stuff to Mel and said, did you notice this? And she said, no, I didn't, but I know some people will. So that'll be fun. And the first time round, I was kind of a bit worried about criticism and stuff, but now I'm totally not at all. I really do see it as generally as a positive thing. Whereas before I was just, I don't know, when it's your first time at it, it feels a bit more personal, I suppose. Snark says, I might skip the Diaz show tomorrow. I can't watch an entire stream of Gambit fapping with Phil. What is with Gambit and him at the moment? I'm with you, Snark. I mean, I like Gambit as much as the next guy in that, you know, I sort of, he's there and I go, oh yeah, that's Gambit. Beyond that, yeah, I don't need the deep lore on Gambit week after week. I feel like he's become a Gambit simp. Al Universe says flaws in the art spread like wildfire on the internet. That's why I never really engage in any of that, because it doesn't matter how much care, how meticulous you are with the art, or how great you are. Zoom in on anything, you will find flaws. I mean, there's not a single piece of art that doesn't have flaws in it. So it's like singling out things. Now, unless they're absolutely egregious, you know, it's like that's the first thing you see in a big spread. You know, that's unfortunate. I hope there's nothing like that in my book, but I don't know. It is pretty astounding how you can't see things until someone points it out to you. That's why Joe, my editor, actually does art edits for me as well. And he pointed out some stuff to me that, I just hadn't seen because I did the art myself. So, there was one where the guys, it was Gilgamesh. And Joe was like, try and like redraw the skeleton underneath this again, because he has like a 3-foot neck. And I just hadn't seen it until he pointed it out to me, and it was so true. So I had to like literally take his head and push it down and move things around and everything. I couldn't see it, and I'm glad that we were able to fix that stuff before going to print. But there'll be things in there that are wonky. There's a dance, says Camel Moon. You need to know the difference between criticism for criticism's sake and true critique. If it's a detraction without a means of correction, you can usually ignore it. Yeah, that's usually what I do. Like with the worst review that I got for Waking Dream, the guy actually very, I think nicely said, "Oh, this is not for me." So I was like, okay, well, this is like, he's not going to enjoy it because it's not the kind of book he enjoys. And he was just like, I much prefer more American compressed superhero storytelling. So yeah, it's never going to be his cup of tea anyway. So, but that doesn't mean there's still nothing you can't glean from it. But you don't have to take it super seriously. Is all I'm saying. And as Shelby points out, yeah, it's all subjective. We got Moromi in the house. That's usually what I do, says Mo. Oh, yeah, we know. I listen. Doesn't mean I'm going to take everything on board. I listen. I'm going to actually try and do an active effort, make an active effort on the third book to try and move past a few of my crutches, like being not so heavily reliant on references and stuff, being a little bit looser in the sort of initial sketch phase to try and inject a little bit just more randomness into the art. So that'll be interesting. I don't know how good I'm gonna go with that, but we'll see how we go. Also want to try and actually do some proper drawing live on a stream. It's always been a big fear of mine. And I'm super slow with it. It's like, oh, it takes, I get inside my own head. We'll see. That'll be a slow process. Got Dale in the house. They're still talking Gambit. The people demand panty sniffing grandpa. We are ignored. Well, the thing is, he doesn't exist. He's a construction of your mind. Actually, I think it was a construction of the deviant mind of Rob Arnold. That's his first go-to thought. And that says a lot. That says more about him than anyone else. Why doesn't that? Henry says, why doesn't that surprise me? Yeah, there's an image of a loving, caring grandfather type figure looking concerned over the disappearance of Ella. And the first thing Rob thinks is, why is there a panty sniffer standing in her bedroom? You know? Good old Rob. Taro says, panty sniffing grandpa is a Rob Arnold. You guys will, when you read Painted Death, you'll see how far away the panty sniffing is from reality. Now, I might have brought a little bit of this on myself by having Ella be in her underwear for so much of the book and on the cover. But it's, really, it's no excuse. Godblade says, how much refinement is there in these drawings before because they look very spontaneous in a great way? Rod does a very rough sort of almost stick figure type kind of layout initially. Then he'll do pencils, which are halfway between this and that. And then he just goes into these. You can actually watch him. He'll put stuff up on Twitter. He'll put stuff up onto YouTube. You can actually watch him work. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with him, because he has this energy in all of his lines. They're quite loose, and I like that. I'm not like that at all. I'm very kind of stiff in my lines, which I think is just got to do with experience. It takes a long time to kind of get that looseness going. And even though I have been drawing comics for, I don't know, years now, I'm still learning. No, we get a dream frog, but no snail. There's still time for a snail. Look, the color of the dream frog in the book came out great, by the way. It's a great green, and greens aren't easy to print. I wonder what people will think of the dream frog. Shant loved it. He was like, do you know that frogs symbolize this, this, and this? I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's great. That makes my decision to add in a dream frog sound so much better. But not everyone is so into symbolism as Shant is. Sumo says, I don't know how to do the weird AE thing on the... Yeah, I know, right? We all had a good thing going there, Moromi. And you had to get fancy. And now, people can't at you anymore. It's a copy and paste ordeal. He who also asks, isn't it Weeb Thursday? It sort of gets a bit stressful for me to do streams in the middle of the day while I'm at work. And then as well, but Weeb Thursday hadn't really been much weebery to go around for a while. So I thought, you know what? Let's move back to an old-fashioned production stream. Now, it's just flatting at the moment. This will eventually turn into coloring streams, which will be a bit more exciting, hopefully. But really, at the moment, I'm just fulfilling, so I'm just sort of doing this on the side. Well, Snuck figured it out. He said, I doed it. Shunt's campaign now over $6,000. Massive shout out to Shunt and Jetty. Huge launch yesterday. Another big stream, another book. That's I think he's done 3 art books and the comic now. So this will be his 5th. If my math is correct. Mo typed out that. He said there's something went wrong here. Oh my God. Let's bring that up actually. Where is it? Where to go? Oh no, did I close it? Oh no, I had it. It's gone. Where is it? Did I really close it? I can't imagine I would have. I'll check it out before when the stream ends. Scroll up. You missed some solid branding. All right. Maromi thinks that makes him more sophisticated. What am I scrolling up to? Read it, Bancroft. All right. Nelly New Dungeoneer just awarded me a People's Golden Wrench, and Bancroft not only gate kept it, but gate kept the original comment. Okay. Just give Mo another gold wrench. The sinful septuagenarian scent hound, senior citizen, could have been the Fonzie of the Lucent universe. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there. First of all, not sinful, not technically a septuagenarian. Scent hound? No, not really. Senior citizen? Definitely. Maybe that's his calling. He's just the senior citizen. To go back further, Lakecroft. Oh, God. Bancroft. Here's one question from Osman. Are there parks where you can walk with tigers? Question from Shantstream. No. Why would there be parks where we can walk with tigers in Australia? There are no tigers in Australia. Mo asks, sniffing panties without consent isn't sinful? See, there's no way I can answer that question. It's a trap. Sumo says he just actually you. It's my prerogative. Victoria's been listening to the Scrubs musical out loud around the house, and I've got the Everything Comes Down to Poo song stuck in my head, which is a great song, but I'm just sitting here humming to Poo. If you haven't heard it, it's pretty good, but still, it's a weird thing to have stuck in your head. Bancroft prefers Guy Love. I do love Guy Love. That is a classic. Also, the Carla song where she sings about being Dominican. That's a good one too. Mo, you'll be happy to hear that last night we watched the Next Generation episode where Picard goes and he lives a whole nother life and he plays the flute. It's a lot of people's favorite episode in all of Next Generation, and Mel finally saw it. It's pretty crazy science fiction. You know, if you ever want to do a stream about it, you know, I think that would be a good idea. Billy Power Max in the house. Inner Light. That's the one. I'll have a confession, Henry. I don't think I've ever watched a single episode of the original series. I will go back and watch it. Oh no, you know what? I have. I watched one. I watched the one with all those furry things. That's the only one I watched. It was just so far before my time. You know, it was already ancient by the time I was growing up. And when my friends wanted to get me into Star Trek, you know, they were Next Generation had just finished or was finishing, or they were making the movies. I can't quite remember. American Discord asks, have I ever drawn Gambit? I'm sure I have as a kid, you know, when I was 14, 15. I did used to like Gambit. I usually used to mostly draw Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. But I haven't drawn a single character like that recently, except Captain America, I think, and Thor maybe. What about Wrath of Khan? No, I've seen all the movies. Just not the TV show. Yeah, Wrath of Khan is great. Moromi, I do prefer Drumhead. That's probably my favorite episode of Star Trek ever. I like the ones where, you know, Picard has to lay down the moral law. I'll get around to watching it eventually, but truth be told, I'll probably go back and watch Voyager first, because it's been so long. Voyager was the show that introduced Mel to Star Trek. I don't think she'd ever seen it before, and we would watch Voyager together. We've turned this stream into a Star Trek stream. It's glorious. No, Mo. I mean, when did the original series come out? Was that in the 60s? I don't even know when it came out. The 70s? It's a long time ago. Mo says, don't drag Mrs. Bean to this when she's not around to defend herself. She wasn't really down with Next Generation, but we've been watching it together. Now she knows the characters. She was like, I didn't think I was going to like Data because he's so weird looking, but now she likes him. And funnily enough, Data is one of the two comedic relief characters in that show. Him and Worf. Which they're two very, you know, straight, serious characters, and they end up being the funniest. I like that. Nomad Damon, I grew up on the original series, TNH Films, DS9, Voyager. Voyager gives me the most nostalgia. I love the song of Voyager with the drums. Boom, boom. I've got a Voyager. I can bring it down if you want me to. I think you do want me to. Hold on a sec. Mel got me this for my birthday one year. I couldn't believe it. Go full screen. This was back when everything wasn't on streaming service. You got me this. I'm like, what is this? It's number 5 of 5,000, a limited edition. We don't even have a DVD player anymore, I don't think. But this sort of lifts off. Certificate in there. And it's just all the DVDs of look at Chakotay there. You know, I never actually got around to watching these because, like I said, I mean, we used to have a DVD player, but then it was, you know, in short order, you know, streaming became a thing. So, I'll put that back actually. Yeah. I was like, wow, she really knows me. What region number are your DVDs? I hope they're my region. It doesn't really matter anymore. It's just a I removed myself. Hang on a sec. There we go. Chakotay was a cuck. He's not my favorite character. I do like Janeway though. How does one not have a player? Weird. We did. We used to. We still have a whole bunch of DVDs. I'm sure we actually do have a player somewhere in there, but we just never use it. I do have a PlayStation 2, I think. Yeah, I do. That plays DVDs, doesn't it? I don't know. Awesome one. Love Voyager, mostly because we only had one channel. They started the whole, you know, the holodeck is just a recipe for disaster thing in Next Generation, but they really ran with it in Voyager. It's like every second week there's another holodeck disaster. And you're like, just turn the damn thing off. You know, if it's causing so much trouble, maybe stop using the holodeck. They never learn. Mo says, oh, wow, look at the time. All right, we'll stop talking about Star Trek. What do you want to talk about, Mo? What are you interested in at the moment? What's this a box of? Look, there's a cereal. Did you notice this, Shelby? Rod put a cereal box in this box in a warehouse with like, this is the box of cereal box and broken shards of wood. Ready for delivery. What cereal do you eat, Shelby? I know you're a aficionado. We could make this a certain brand. He says that's his missing box of cinnamon toast crunch. There you go. There it is. There you didn't know where it was. It's in Ella's dream all along. Oh, I know what Mo wants to talk about. Arcane. That's coming out soon too. Now that is super exciting. I'm actually happy that they're going to end it because it's such a monumental effort. And I wouldn't want them to sort of drag it on. It become, you know, something that it should never have been. Mo says Arcade is coming out for Nintendo GameCube. Oh, ye of little faith. You can make your jibes, make your jokes. We all know the truth. Oh no, I totally ruined that guy's flats. Damn it, why didn't anyone tell me? Why don't you stop me? Oh, I've done it again. See, I was too distracted with all the Star Trek talk. Snark says, I heard they finally canceled Doctor Who. Did they really? Man, we were watching Doctor Who when I was as far back as I can remember. There was always Doctor Who on Channel 2. That was back when he had that scarf. I think I watched it ever since. I consider Doctor Who to be like sci-fi Neighbours, if you're familiar with what Neighbours is. They're replacing it with Doctor Whom. Doctor It. We have Jake in the house. What's up, Jake? Hope you are doing well today. I am eagerly anticipating the arrival of a package from Jake, which I believe, I hope, I mean, it might not, but I hope it includes the Bogan Bombadil piece, which is my favorite ever drawing of yours truly. All right, Sumo Thori trying to do the Lord's work here and help Mo get back his status. Gives 5 memberships: Shifter, Trevor Wright, The Dude, Robert Romano, and Zach Fernandez. Jesus. They really have it out for you, Mo. He says, thanks for trying. Jake says, I hope it doesn't get dropped in a puddle. It's actually been kind of dry lately. So thank you for trying, Sumo. Why do they keep doing this to Mo? It's really bizarre. I'd love to know how the algorithm works with this. But here you go, Sumo.
You little ripper!
Sumo says, no one in the chat got it. What are you doing, Bancroft? I don't get to choose. Awesome one says, thank God I'm not green. Maybe if you go to the thing on the channel where it says join and you click the 3 dots and you tick it and you untick it and you tick it again, like kind of like a restarting the computer deal. Maybe that'll reset you back on the list. I don't know. I swear this is not me doing it. I swear. Awesome one says, I'm trying to get out of the green game, especially on channels I don't watch. I didn't realize it had a name. Jake says, maybe it goes to people that are here the least as a way of getting them back here. You think? Do you think that would work? I don't know if that would work. I think it probably should reward people who are most often in the chat, but that's just me. Yeah, YouTube. It's not like they've been a bastion of fantastic ideas over the years. Or being able to implement things well. All right, he's trying again. Thank you so much, Sumo. The time scales. Remember when he was here? I saw him here last month. Daniel, Lloyd Burton. Okay, he's a bit of a regular. Creative WM, who's got first on the show tonight. And Wayne, thank you so much, Sumo, for trying. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, cheers, biggies.
Swing and a miss. He says, "You're a legend, brother, Sumo Thori." It's crazy. I think there was 2 yesterday. Now there's 2 today, so that's 4. So that's 20 people. And not Mo, not Moromi, not Hyper Wizard, not Awesome One, Cranby Langers, Gotblade. I mean, it's crazy. Well, someone says he got gifted 6 memberships this month. I think only one of them regularly. No, Shelby. Good old YouTube. We appreciate the effort, Sumo, greatly. Does not go unnoticed. This is a lot of stuff. The other second one was for Chance. Mo says Shelby will probably get a membership as soon as he restores my wrench, but I don't know what to do. Jeff says, I don't get them. Damn brand account. You have to actually select to get them, I think, on every channel. I think that's you have to turn them on. Did you guys see Zach launched another campaign? I think Student of God shared it. It's called Comic Book, the Comic Book. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I am so out of the loop. And it's kind of blissful, actually. Eventually, I want to get back in the loop, but no, I'm kind of becoming a Rob here. It's just like, whatever. Pastor says, saw it, didn't know it was Zach. I think it was Zach. I could be wrong. Granted, I just woken up. So what is this? Comic Book, the Comic Book? It sounds like Zach, you know? So that's probably what I believe. Snark says, no, it's better being out of the loop. Jake says, been actively out of the loop for months and it's pure bliss. Yeah, it's healthy. You know, you don't take anything too seriously and then you get up away from the computer and you live life and you hang out with your kids and your significant other and you go to work and you do life things and you don't worry about internet stuff. Remember that? That was such a great phrase. That's a very online opinion or something like that. It was such a cutting phrase because it's so true. There's things that people say and think that they only really do online. When they're out in the real world, they don't never say that stuff, and they don't even really hold those opinions. Oh, look, here's another box of cereal. Maybe that's the same box. No, I think it's a different one because she's back there. That's a different box. Man, there's boxes of cereal everywhere here. The problem is promoting a campaign kind of needs to be in the loop. Now, that is true. But I'm hoping I can find a new way of going about things. I don't know if I can, but if I can, I'll be really leaning heavily into that. First order of business, getting back into the shorts and videos. That'll all be coming once fulfillment is done. Moromi says, I don't care about online. That's the only way to be, Moromi. That means you're healthy. Of sound mind and body. Snark says Zach and EVS should make up. Both of them have so much in common now. Mostly have failed fulfillment and launching more anyway. They do have a ton of campaigns on the go. There's no way I could ever do that. I mean, even just having one. But I guess it's a whole nother scale of things. It's a whole nother beast. How is your comic doing on the webcomic site? Any progress on that? Is that to me or is that to someone else? I haven't had my comic like new and updated on the webcomic in years now. I sort of abandoned it just because, I wanted to do the whole crowdfunding thing and get serious with it. I'm gonna do what Rini does though, and put it back up onto Global Comics, as I think it's sort of like a paid thing. You get like a little bit for free and then you pay. But I'm not going to do that for a while because people have actually paid for the digital PDF of Pain of Death. So I'll get them out and wait a little while. But I got plans. Maybe one day. I still think that's a really viable, good way of getting the word out there about your story. It's just incredibly difficult to monetize in the same way. Like, you can make money in webcomics if you have 500,000 followers. But you can make money selling books if you have 500, So that's sort of where I'm at the moment. But if eventually it can grow again to those sorts of numbers, then yeah, sure. But it'll probably be a little while. Captain Bipto says it's a box of Crustios. That'll be fun. I might actually put some little things on them when I do the coloring. Some cereal box stuff. Who knew? It's a cereal box. It's a cereal box factory here. Sounds like a good plan, says Cranberry Langus. Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at ways of finding new readers, and there's no real way to do it other than putting in the work. That's what I've sort of learnt. And everyone who's done that in the past has done very well. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do the same. What about selling versions of it on Amazon? That's another question. Someone actually asked me that the other day. Can I get this on Amazon? And they said, no. I've got a store. He was like, oh, I don't really trust stores. I only buy off Amazon. I was like, okay. In the past, I've alleviated that a little bit by offering PayPal on the site, which I will be putting up once fulfillment is done. But I got to look into that. You know, JDA sells, he's telling me he sells 4,000 books a month digitally on Amazon. That's pretty crazy. And that's not comics. He says he doesn't sell comics that way. He sells novels and stuff. But I'm not, you know, I don't need 4,000 a month. But that would be pretty nuts. I have to look into that. And I definitely absolutely would do that. I'm not concerned about pirating and anything like that. I think that's like a low priority. I know guys who have done fantastic just having their comics up on web comics, you know, for anyone to see at any time. I think I agree with that philosophy. But it does make it harder to crowdfund. So Cremy says, yeah, it's access to a huge market. Exactly. Captain Bipto says, I think JDA is full. He does very well in his videos. He says, you know, you get this so many thousand views and a percentage of them will click over and, you know, spend a couple of bucks on I don't know how much a digital book costs, but and he said, Cranberry says Amazon does do digital comics. All right, I'll definitely look into that. I think, yeah. I've always been all about getting onto as many platforms and options as possible. Also, one says, I bought Fisk's book off Amazon. Did you buy the physical copy or a digital? I don't know how the physical would work. I guess that's my question. You know, do they hold it or do you? Is it drop ship? I got no idea. I need to look into these things. Henry says, I'll back Bancroft, all the creative block crew, plus any number of smaller projects. Well, thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. Snark says, panty sniffing grandpa would kill in the fan fiction market. Do you think so? I don't know if he would. He says it's physical. It's on-demand print, I think. Been a while. Oh, okay. They do an on-demand. Yeah. See, I wouldn't be interested in that. I don't want anyone else printing my stuff. Yet. Maybe in the future. And I would have to check out the quality and everything. I mean, they must have some pretty killer prices if that's profitable too, just printing one at a time. I guess it's Amazon, so yeah, they probably would. I think there probably does come a point where you do sort of have to get over yourself a little bit as a creator and just say it's about getting the story out there. You know, like manga does, and doing cheaper options. But I guess at least for the moment, everything is, gone top premier quality for everything. So I'm just not in that headspace at the moment. Kramer says you can do an arrangement where they hold your product or you can ship it out yourself. If I could ship it out myself, that would be preferable. But then, I thought Amazon has like a really fast turnaround, and I don't know if I could always keep up with that. If I get an order in at 3 a.m. in the morning for me, it's not like I can jump out of bed and go ship it. Can we send free copies to Hollywood? Hopefully not. It's a little box of Scooby snacks. It's a little box of Shelby snacks. This is the fun thing about working with an artist. I don't really tell him what to do. I say, oh, it's an old warehouse. Sort of has to have this look to the structure of it. But whatever's in there, I just say like there's junk in there. It's abandoned, so there's a whole bunch of, and he'll just like do whatever he wants to do. Who knew he would draw cereal boxes? We got Reese in the house. What up, Reese? All right, some various junk. There's discarded winning lottery tickets on the floor. Well, that actually would make sense because this is set inside a dream. I was having a dream the other day that I was just killing it in poker, hitting flushes and full houses and everything. And I think it was an omen. I think it was a premonition because I'm actually going into Crown tonight. I'm not going to play as big as I normally would. But I've got a whole bunch of chips I need to cash in. And to get the free parking, you actually have to sit at a table for a little while. So I'll go in, play for a little bit. And I don't know, maybe the dream will come true. Walk out with a few extra thousand. We'll see. I'll let you know. It's been a long time since I've been there. Probably, I don't know, 5 months or something. Which is crazy. I was going there every week for a while. And then I woke up. Yes. That's always the... It's not that it couldn't happen. Heaters are a real thing. And you never leave the table when you're on a heater. You actually make up a good point, J Dollar. Put pictures everywhere. That's actually not a bad idea. Story wise, I might actually this could be fortuitous that Rod has drawn all these little things down here. I could actually put some things on there that could be story related. I was just thinking of that. I love those happy accidents. Because this story is set inside Ella's psyche. So it would make sense if there's, links to her inner thoughts and past and everything inside that just sort of in the background. And photos do play a pretty big role in Painted Death. When you get it, you'll see. It's a bit of a catalyst item. She received a box of them in Waking Dream, if you recall. Did they send a well-being check on you? No, but they sent me a lot of stuff like, because I was I think I was like a pretty high up member. They do the membership program and everything. So they did want to get me back. I'm not a high roller or anything, but they appreciated my business. Let's just say that. Snark says, nah, put in subtle pro-Israeli propaganda. Mo says, photos taken by panty-sniffing grandpa in various women's restrooms. Oh, my God. No. He did hide them, though. Ah, damn it. Missed a spot there. I'm actually being pretty productive today. I'm surprised. Who knew I could do it? I'm interested to find out how long it's going to take me to color this. Because I was in a really good, swing of things during the last, fulfilled production time of Painted Death. And, that's a 100-page book. This is going to be 32 pages. So I'm hopefully not too long, but, you never know. Mo says, I tried typing good work bankrupt and YouTube sent it back with an error. It does not compute. Damn it, wrong color. I hope I'm making Rod proud. Hold out on the casino for a bit longer. Maybe they'll send a limo gratis. I'm not quite at that level. I've known guys who are. I've played poker with them. It is pretty crazy what the casinos will do to get them in the door. Guys that play $10,000 a hand on stuff. Not me. The funny thing is, I've never been a huge gambler. I'm not against gambling per se, but gambling when you play poker it's never really as long as you know what you're doing, it's never a huge gamble. It's more of a calculated risk. It's not just a punt, although you can punt if you want. You can do that as well. That's what actually makes the game profitable, is you got tons of people in there just wanting to, you know, try and get lucky and get a big score. J Dollar says gambling is great. Yeah, I'm all for it. I wish I could be a bit more of a gambler. I'd probably be a better poker player if I could sort of embrace that a bit more, but you know, I do very well for myself on that front. I can't complain. Snark says, used to be a housekeeper at a casino. Believe me, I know. It's crazy. It is crazy. Even when we were kids, my friend got the great idea that he was going to, you know, do that thing on when you bet, and then if you lose, you just double the bet. You know, it's not a winning strategy, but, you know, if you get lucky in a short term, you can, you know, win a little bit of something. And he ended up getting unlucky and was having to, he had to spend like, I don't know, $6,000 or something on a single roulette spin or something. And yeah, we were like 18, 19. He had the floor man come by and was like, hey, you want to stay at the casino? We'll give you a room just for that. J Dollar says, seems like they're going to change gambling here in the US. It's going to be big on the internet. So I think we lost poker here in Australia years ago. You can't actually legally play poker on a gambling site, I don't think, anymore. So that was sort of the end of it for online pros down here. And it's pretty crazy. Like, it's all hypocritical. They have tons of sports betting, but other sort of betting is frowned upon. But sports betting is heavily pushed and subsidized and everything. It's all a bit dodge. Nomad Damon just got an email from a Star Post. My delivery has landed. Houston, the Eagle has landed. We had high limit backer, says Snark. Asian dudes dropping black chips all the time. Yeah, I was in Sydney, and my friend that I was telling you about earlier, you know, he spends thousands of dollars per hand. He's like, I'm going to teach you baccarat. And I'd already won on poker and blackjack that night, so I was up pretty big. So I said, fine, okay, I'll do $400 on a hand. And he's like, I'll tell you how to do it. And he's, you know, like, as if there's a method to it. But I just followed his lead. And so I put 400 on, he put 12,000 on. And we ended up losing. We got a pretty good hand too. I think it was a 7 or something, or an 8. I don't know. But some woman beat us. So he lost 12 grand on that one hand. But anyway, there was a woman, this little old Chinese lady. You wouldn't, you know, look twice at her if she crossed you on the street. You just like, you know, this little old Chinese lady just sitting there on not even in the high roller section, just in the main floor of the casino. Everyone around. She puts a purse on the table and pulls out 40 grand cash out of her purse. And, you know, buys chips. 40 grand. 4 stacks of 10,000. I was like, what on earth is going on here? It's crazy. My membership status doesn't get me into the high limit area. It gets me into like the mid kind of area where you get better service with drinks and stuff, but I don't get into the at Crown Casino in Melbourne, they call it the mahogany room. That's the high rollers. Never been. Baccarat might as well play craps. Oh yeah, but I think it's like 50-50 or as close to as you can get. I think. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. Maybe blackjack is better. But, you know, the casino still tweaks it so that you can't win long term anyway. The only thing you can win in is poker, but you have to be good. And you have to be rolled for it. And that's actually usually that's the biggest thing that people don't do is they play above what they're bankrolled for, and that's why they end up losing all their money. Like I used to know a guy, he's one of the best poker players I've ever played against. He would kick my ass all the time. And but I was winning more money than him because he would, you know, he'd win, I don't know, $1,000 or whatever off me and a couple of grand off some other guys, and then go and try and play the higher stake players for 10 grand and lose all that and then have to start all over again. This is riveting, says Sumo. As riveting as this poker talk is, I gotta go. Later chat. See you, Sumo. Yeah, I'm about to end up in a few minutes anyway. I also have to go to work, earn a living. I'll probably be sending out an email to anyone who I haven't shipped anything to, just asking people to update their addresses again, because it seems like the site isn't really updating the addresses on the orders themselves, which is very frustrating. So if you haven't got a notification yet that your order is shipped, you might get an email later today from me, just reminding people. That's another unseen frustration, as you know, when it takes you a year or even half a year to fulfill a campaign. You know, you don't think about this stuff. People move, and they don't always remember to update everything. I mean, and God knows I wouldn't remember. There's just so many things that add up that are a headache when it takes too long to fulfill your stuff, which is why I'm thinking I'm probably going to launch this next year and just have it done, ready to go. You work in a sweatshop, right? I feel like it sometimes. No, I have a good job. My technical title is I'm a graphic designer, but I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. I do Photoshop stuff. I do all sorts of stuff, web stuff. I'm going to be doing some coding today, which will be fun. My least favorite thing to do, CSS stuff. Awesome one says, my kids have been working since birth. Since early childhood. It's important to instill a good work ethic. in your children. If I update my address and I don't get the book, don't expect me to back again. I would not make you do that. We got Dylan in the house. Hey, what you drawing? Not drawing. Just doing some flatting. Just working on the book. These are Rod Looper's drawings. And I'm just doing whatever I can at the moment. Eventually, I will start coloring, but eventually. That'll probably all start in a few weeks, actually. Maybe. I say these things and then, don't really think it through. I can never figure out CSS. Yeah. Me either, really. But I have someone to help me today, so hopefully we'll be able to get something done. The kids are our AI future. Exactly right, awesome one. Snug says, no, Mel works in the sweatshop run by Mike. I think I'm probably just going to finish off this hair and then we'll be done, I think. I can't believe how much I got done. When I look back at what I did last week, it's like hardly anything. Poor Aussie kids are the young ones in the Thunderdome, says Snark. Snark, was that you on the website leaving some unusual reviews on the hardcovers? Or was that another Danny? I mean, don't get me wrong, if it was you, I appreciate the 5-star reviews. I ain't mad at you. I just don't know how accurate the cat hair comment was. He says, no, sir. We got Hojo in the house, excited to get painted death. Hojo, are we launching your book tomorrow? I do believe we are, sir. I'm going to shout that out. Mythicals 3. He says, can't review what I ain't got. Well, I don't think whoever reviewed them actually got them. Let's have a look here. Let's go to Hojo's Twitter. What's he saying over here? Sign up page is live. I've got it in my calendar as tomorrow. I'll have to reach out to Hojo. What have we got here? Let's have a look. Does it say anything on the actual page? Subscribe page. The Mythicals. I don't know. Is he even here anymore? He just came in to say, yo, excited to get painted death. All right, I'm sure I'll let you guys know. Let me save this. Where is there's that and Indiegogo? God damn it. Why does nothing work? Nos Pharaoh. There we go. All right. Finally. So I have in my calendar that the Mythicals 3 will be launching tomorrow here on this channel. But I have to, because I'm looking at Hojo's Twitter, I'm not seeing anything out there, not seeing any promotional stuff. So I think I'm going to have to reach out to him and see if that's still taking place tomorrow. But this is the sign up page here. Let me put that in the chat. Next week, you get Phil Diaz on your show next Friday. No escaping the Gambit chat here. No, we'll be declaring it a no Gambit zone. But that is true. We're going to have Psycho Slumber on here next week. I don't know. I'm not seeing... Hojo's not saying anything. And he actually booked that date ages in advance. So, I don't know. It's not written here either. Looks dope. Look at that. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Also, Nosferatu, the Crypt Walker, the art and second edition is indeed over $6,000 dues, $6,000, $25 away, dollar dues away from 9,000, which is epic. I could be the one actually to tip it over to get myself a copy of that one. Oh, and as well, sign up to Fractured Mind over here. Sign up to, it's basically the Lucent mailing list. You get everything if you sign up. I think I've had that pinned at the top of the link. That's what I've been working on all this time. Super chats for Gambit. Well, if there's super chats for Gambit, I don't mind. That's fine. I can work with that. All right, everybody. I'm going to leave you there. I've got to go to work. I hope you have a fantastic day, evening, whatever is up in your world. And I will see you tomorrow for whatever we're doing. Hopefully launching Mythicals 3. But if not, maybe I'll read one. If that isn't happening, maybe we'll read one of these books. Maybe I'll read Jawbone Death or Good Ying or The Lost Pages. I don't know. The last one I did was a people one, so probably won't do that. Maybe the Fiendish 2.5, although I did that as well. I think they got annoyed at me. But that's all right. We'll figure something out. All right. Until then, hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll see you out there in the chats. Bye, guys.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.